Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Divine Alignment. Updating the mission and expanding into who we came to be. This feels like such a powerful topic, and I feel so honored to talk about this and bring through this message because we are in a very potent time right now, a very energetically charged time right now as we are at the tail end of a very powerful eclipse. And so we are going to be diving into how do we embody this shift. So let's dive in. So I don't know about all of you, but this eclipse, if you are watching, it doesn't, whenever you're watching, listening is perfect timing and will pertain to you. However, as of this current time, as we all know, time is relative. But all that aside, this has been one of the most incredible times I've personally experienced with this eclipse. I feel like every single day is just like, I am new. The world is new. My environment is new. Things are shifting. There are realizations and things are dropping in so quickly and swiftly. But what's really happening on a collective level that I want to dive into today is our mission, our divine purpose, our who we came to be. And this is what came through for me as really important. And I just tuned in this morning. I spent this past weekend in this very deep stillness, which was quite unexpected. To be honest, I had a lot of things that I wanted to do and get done, and out of nowhere, it was just like everything in the energetic realm was just like, you need to pause. My guides, my angels, my soul were like, you need to pause. You need to fully surrender to this pause. And in the past, when this would arise for me, I would want to push through and do these things that I had wanted to do for myself and my work and my life, right? But there's a new level of listening coming through as well, of really honoring that while things don't make sense to our physical mind, the body and soul know. So I fully surrendered to this stillness. And it wasn't actually a very comfortable stillness. It wasn't bad, but I just was very like, whoa, what is happening here? It was a bit disorienting. And I had like incredible still realizations and downloads still coming through. And what I realized this morning is I woke up with a new power and an entirely new frequency as I was shared this message this morning of the updating of our mission and our what we're here to do in this world, and receiving my updated mission and what I'm here to share and be and am being called up to. This would have not happened had I not fully surrendered to the stillness. And so for whoever is listening and watching, that you too have struggled in the past or currently with really fully surrendering to what the body vessel, or perhaps just you are feeling called and pulled to do, to rest, to surrender, to allow, to not, to do nothing, to cancel plans, like whatever that is, like trust and know, like there's so much gold and wisdom and beauty that can be birthed from our stillness. So with that aside, what came through really strongly, like I really can't emphasize enough. I really can't emphasize enough the power of what we're moving through as a collective, but also on an individual basis and as part of the collective. The big shift right now is with our mission. So a lot of relationship things have surfaced in the past few weeks. for myself and basically everyone in my life, working through difficult things in our relationships. This is propelling us and catapulting us in beautiful and expansive ways, even if we've had to have really hard and difficult conversations, perhaps people falling away, perhaps new people coming in. This is all actually related to our health, to our wealth, to our mission, to other aspects that may seem, quote, seemingly unrelated, right? The big shift that my guides wanted to share, that's really like, we have to understand this on a deeper level, is we're shifting out of, this is what I do. This is what I do. So think about it when we go to any type of event or meet someone new, and the first question is, what do you do? Not the first, but like, tell me about yourself. What do you do? And I'm sure the first thing that comes to mind is your work, right? For me, I would say nutritionist, hypnotherapist, energy healer. However, this is continually expanding. But what is it for you? An accountant. Do like whatever it is. I work at the grocery store. I work at XYZ. It doesn't matter. This narrative is a collective imprint that is limiting us. It's limiting us because you are not what you do. You are who you be. I'm sure you've heard this in some sense of the word, but we are being pulled and called into the embodiment of who we be. So I would invite you to perhaps in this moment, getting still and tuning in and asking, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be in the world? And now what makes this so beautiful is that when we embody and become and simply don't put a label on ourselves of like, this is what I, quote, am and do, and we let ourselves simply be energy, and it can be specific. So I'm going to dive into mine so that you can have like a bit more something tangible to grasp onto. But if you don't know yours, if like nothing's coming to mind and you feel perhaps lost, and if you feel lost, my sweet friend, this is part of the journey. There are so many who are feeling lost in their journey and their expansion and their growth. And I just like want to validate it is so normal. And I know it's uncomfortable. And we're all going to have days too of feeling lost. Like some days we feel on and some days we are questioning, and that's okay. It's still part of the journey. But if you're really, really like, you've just been like days and days and days of questioning and not sure, perhaps even months or years, I so recommend two things: working with someone one-on-one, whether it's myself or someone else, or if you're not ready to commit to something like that, doing my divine remembrance meditation. I'm going to link that below. This is going to put you in the frequency and in the remembrance of your soul, of your truth, of who you are, because we know there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot going on energetically, and it can pull us out of our body and of our experience of who we are and who we came to be, because there's a million things pulling at us for our attention, and our attention is truly the most valuable resource now and moving forward and continuing to move forward. And some people say, like, I think there is a time and a place for perhaps tuning out everything, but I would say auditing when you listen and watch things, how it makes you feel. So just tuning into that and really like getting ultra particular about what frequencies and energies you're allowing into your experience, because I think that we still learn and grow and evolve through listening and consuming content. So I think there's a balance though. There's a balance of like, are you spending hours and hours like scrolling, or are you being very deliberate about like, this person's frequency ignites something within me, or this random video I happen to be so energetically drawn to, so this is what I'm going to consume. Okay. So just making that shift. So for me this morning, what came through really shook me on an energetic level. It really just landed a bit deeper in my essence and in my being of what I'm being called here to do. And this is really fascinating because I've been aware of what I'm here to do for a while, and for me that has felt like bringing people home. And this has been over the past, I would say this year specifically, really realizing that like all the work that I do and have done with like nutrition and hypnotherapy and energy work and these sessions and this podcast and YouTube, and like all of it is designed to remove the excess and remove the traumas and release the old narratives and stories and remind you of who you are, bring you back into this experience. And this is done through a variety of things, like whether it's hypnotherapy and releasing traumas that perhaps from this lifetime or many past, or this is also done like working with our health and wellness, because when we're a clear and clean vessel, this doesn't mean eating perfectly, by the way, but this means optimizing our health and wellness and really getting in tune and having an understanding of what does this vessel and body need, which might be totally different from what we've been taught and told. And then doing the energetic work of like, oh my goodness, energy work is going to be so like it. I don't know what realm perhaps all of you are in, listening and watching, but like energy work, whether this is like your life or you've never done it, like it's only going to grow and expand, because we're going to see more and more that energy work is everything. Everything is energy. And so the more we fall away from these physical things, like even these physical labels, the more we see everything is rooted in energy, right? So what I was shown this morning and I was received from my personal mission is that what I'm being called up to, and this is kind of vulnerable to share as I'm doing it, but you know, it's really fascinating. And I'll share this first, is that over the years, time and time and again, in my channeling, I have been receiving messages about truth. What is truth? What is truth? And we think, if we come at this from like a very masculine, hard scientific perspective, we can see like, oh, truth is formulas and equations and what we're told and what we learned and like these common narratives. But as I've really like been learning so much through my guides and teachers over the years, I've really come to see that like truth is very subjective, and also different perspectives of truth are very important to serve us at certain times in our life and in our experience and in our growth and in our evolution and expansion. So one version of truth that serves us at one time can be really important, but then having the courage and the trust to completely surrender and let go of that version of truth, to now embody and expand into a new frequency of truth, right? And so what I've been called and shown is that I'm here to deliver the truth. And again, I'm going to remind you that this is going to be my perspective of truth, only here to lead you to your truth, because truth is a frequency. Truth is a frequency. So when we're in the frequency of someone sharing their truth, we're reminded of our truth, even if it's not the same. However, you will also to know if someone is sharing their truth, and it is to remind you of your truth, and because that is your truth too. So this is really about an energetic matching of frequencies and an energetic stillness and allowance of our truth to be birthed from within. So this is really like a component of bringing people back to who they are, of reminding you who you are, of showing you who you are. And here's the beautiful thing about that. And this is why I'm giving myself as an example. It actually doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter if I do this through hypnotherapy, through energy work, through nutrition, through this podcast, this YouTube. Wow, that was beautiful. Right as I said that, a hummingbird just came to my window. The hummingbirds come and visit me with beautiful messages. So that was for you guys too. And if you're not aware of the hummingbirds message, so this is, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I always recommend before you like go and like Google spiritual meaning of like XYZ animal, like ask. That was something my mentor taught me, is ask the animal what message they have for you. So I'm going to give you both. I'm going to give you both, because if you look up spiritual meaning of a hummingbird, it is like things rapidly shifting. I mean, think about their wings. They go so fast that you can't even hardly see them. It's about things shifting and moving quickly, the energy moving quickly. For your next level and next expansion, it means that things are going to be happening quickly in your life. And as I just tune in, this sweet little hummingbird. Wow. Yes, it's our mission. It's this rapid expansion into our mission. As we allow these relationships, our health, our bodies, our money, our what we have come think we're here to do, all of these dynamics, this big, rapid things are shifting. So how beautiful was that? I love that we got to experience that together. Okay, so I invite you to really, again, like if you don't know what your mission and purpose is, like doing this divine remembrance meditation and or working with someone to bring you back to your truth. Because here's the beautiful thing is it actually doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do in the physical, because as long as we're embodying our soul's mission of who we be, we're always going to be being that, right? And another really important thing and theme for me, no, for the collective that I received, is evolving through fun and joy and play. I think as a collective, we've had these really large opportunities to do some deep shadow work. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. The collective is mirroring to us our own opportunities for growth and expansion, right? So whatever you're seeing externally, it's always, and like, I'm not going to say this is like 100% like just you, because there's a lot of other collective energies adding to this, right? However, there's the world, and then there's the world inside you. There's the world, and then there's the world inside you in which you're perceiving. So doing this deeper work, this trauma work, all of this stuff, Very important. Don't get me wrong. But now it's like we've reached this tipping point. Oh, and I got such big chills as I said that. We've reached this like tipping point, and we get to choose. Do you want to evolve and continue in the loop of like looking at the deep traumas? Or we're given the opportunity right now to evolve through joy, through pleasure, through fun, through laughter, through connection, through love. There's no higher vibration than love. And when we actually allow this into our being and into our body, this is like alchemy. This is like purging lower vibrations. And I've said for many years, like, you can't just like sprinkle affirmations on top of garbage. Like, you got to take out the garbage first, which is like your unhealed traumas and whatever blocks and resistance. Like, that's important. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place for this. But if we're not balancing it, right? Like, especially during this time, or really like Libra season, which we're actually just about to enter into Scorpio, which is yours truly is a Scorpio. I'm very excited. Anyways, but balancing of like, I am seeing it happen a lot of like people getting not too into, but like the perpetual cycle of like looking at more traumas. Because guess what? The more you look, the more you'll find. I'm just gonna say that. The more you're looking for traumas, the more traumas you will find. So really, ultimately, it becomes a choice. Do you want to keep looking for traumas, or are you going to also balance it and allow in love, peace, pleasure, expansion, happiness, joy? We have to have both. Like, releasing the darkness will help you have the light, but if you're not allowing in and tuning to any light, you're not going to experience that. And one of my favorite ways to experience laughter and joy and light and play, because there's not many examples of this out there currently in our collective right now. One of my favorite ways is through working with the miracle and magic frequency. This is truly available to all of us all the time, every moment, even when we're not feeling good, even when we're actually in whatever stuff we've been going through. Magic, miracles, synchronicities are always available to us. And this is why I created the miracle frequency. This is truly unlike anything I have ever experienced, ever seen anyone ever create. This is designed to put you in the frequency of miracles. That is what we're headed into. That is what this new paradigm in this new earth is experiencing the miraculous, the joy, the pleasure, the fun, the magic, because magic is who you are. It's not a thing, it's who you are. And as you embody that frequency, you see it everywhere. Over the years, I have had such wild experiences, like such wild experiences. I am always seeing angel numbers. I am always asking questions and literally receiving the guidance, whether it's on a license plate, someone randomly tells me something, I hear something on a video, I literally have hummingbirds come and visit me, I am working with spirit animals. Oh my gosh, like the other day, I go to the coast and I see an eagle on the coast. I meet the most beautiful couple who we end up connecting and like deeply connecting in the water as the waves are pouring and coming through us as we're connecting. And then I'm walking and I'm feeling this rebirth energy, and I literally see a baptism taking place. And then I continue walking and there are black stallions right behind me. Like, these are the things that I experience. These are the things that literally, they bring me to tears, because I'm just like, how magical is this life? How magical is this life? And I want others to experience truly like how much love is available to us in every single moment. how much love is available to us in every single moment. And there's so much fun and joy and pleasure and peace and power to be had when we're in our peace. There is such a strength. It's an inner strength that can never, ever be found in an external thing, because it's sourced from within. And this power is embedded with the frequency of peace, of joy, of remembering who you are on a soul level. These audios are designed, it's really fun, this whole experience that I've cultivated through the miracle frequency. It's designed for you to pop these audios in your ear, listen to them in the morning, if you can in the morning. Whenever you can is going to be perfect, but if you can in the morning, go about your day, and you're going to be on a new trajectory, a new frequency, a new timeline. One laced with miracles, magic, synchronicities everywhere. You're going to receive those divine appointments, have those people contacting you, having all of those things happen out of the blue. This has channeled poetry in it. It has lessons, and it has a lot of left and right brain hemisphere merging, a conscious and unconscious collaboration and harmony taking place. And every single audio is encoded with energy work to support you in this. This is truly the way of tapping into. It's not the way. There's lots of ways. I'm not going to say my way is the only way, but this is a really fun way. This is a really fun way to be reminded of your truth. And that's the best part too. You get my divine remembrance meditation in there as a bonus. So it's truly like, this is going to set you on that new trajectory, that new timeline, that new space where you're walking along and realize it's here. It's here. I'm home. I'm connected with who I am. And there's such a lightness and a freeness, and also a power and a strength. Truly, honestly, like, you'll just know if this is something for you. You know if this is something you're ready for. You know if this is something that your soul has called you for, to be in this frequency. Because there are going to be some that don't want this, that don't want to have magic and miracles and experiences that are incredible. But my guess is you've done a lot of this deeper work if you're here and you're ready for this next level. You're ready for living in harmony with divine. And I feel that this is also so important to mention in this, is that this doesn't mean that we ignore the tragedies in the world. This doesn't mean that. This doesn't mean that we don't send blessings and support. This doesn't mean that if we are given an opportunity to serve and help and support our brothers and sisters in whatever way we can, this doesn't mean that we turn a blind eye onto whatever is happening. But what this does mean is that we cultivate our inner world and our inner self. We see that there's always going to be polarity in some aspect and in some way, and it's all an opportunity. And we choose how much power we want to give that. Do we want to feed the negative power, or do we want to cultivate our inner world? I'll never forget when David Hawkins said in his book, Power versus Force, that one person operating at a high frequency is 10 times more powerful than 100 people at a low frequency. So that one person has the ability and power to shift all of those people. And this is what we're being called up to, is to be that light, to be that frequency. And this may not seem with our conscious minds, like it's going to do anything over there, but oh my goodness, to your soul, it will. Oh my goodness, it will. Because as you embody the light, I'll never forget this visual I was shown. You don't even have to consciously do this, but that energy, that frequency that you are, is being sent into the earth. And you have no idea who is going to pick up on that energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is only transferred. So as you cultivate your energy and your essence, someone's going to receive that, whether it is your next door neighbor or someone on the other side of the world, someone will receive it. And that's such a beautiful, and it doesn't deplete from you in any way, shape, or form. It only grows and expands and expands and expands, because that's what we're going into. That's one of the lessons actually, is going to be abundance and overflow, and really like understanding this on a deep energetic level. That's what I want for you, if that's something you want for yourself. So more details for that are going to be below. So excited if you decide to join us. It's going to be 8 audios, 8 days. You can do them at your own pace, or together we can do them and amplify, but however you decide and want to do it is absolutely perfect for you. I'm so excited. I really want to hear as well below or on Instagram how this is showing up for you. Miracles, magic, synchronicities, but also like your call to your mission and your emanation in this world. So let me know at I am Jasmine Elise, or in the comments below. Please go ahead and also give this a like or a thumbs up, and please share it with a friend. Like if you found any value, leaving a review too on the podcast, it helps so much, and I would be so grateful and appreciative of that. And otherwise, just know, like, you are so supported in this journey and this expansion and this evolution. You truly couldn't mess it up if you tried. Couldn't mess it up if you tried. There is so much magic, miracles, synchronicities available to us in every moment. And I'm so excited for you and all of us embodying our mission on this deeper level. And so until next time, my loves, sending you all infinite love.